finally, stay tuned, rivals. A master thief and secret agent collide in New York for an impossible mission. Find out as Season 7 approaches. Now, with that being said, next week for us here at IUP is going to be spring break. Now, the way that this is phrased and the way that Rivals likes to do things, it's probably going to be released about something something coming in next week. Now, with that, of course, a master thief and a secret agent collide in New York. It's going to be big talks, but really, I think from what I've seen and just what I've heard, Black Cat is going to be one of those characters probably coming out in season 7. Now, with that, I'm guessing it's going to be a duelist, because of course it would be, but not only just a duelist, but probably a dive. Now, that is scary, especially because, for one, I'm a tank player, so it's just not really going to affect me, so I'm just going to have to hope and pray that my backline don't get annihilated. But when it comes to that second Sang and a secret agent collide, I keep hearing news about, I think it's White Fox. I keep hearing things about her, if I remember correctly, and about being a strategist.
Yeah, I've heard a few things going around of some rumors of characters that may be coming out, and those are two of the names that I have heard. But Tyler, let me ask you, what is the character that you want to come to the game the most?
Bro, please just put Cyclops as a tank. I've been begging. We got a glimpse of him whenever Rogue and Gambit came out, which felt like an eternity. But speaking of an eternity, the wait is finally over, and now we're gonna see IUP Hawks Black versus the Matadors. Now, but before we even get started on that, but no, please, Guang Guang, I'm begging and pleading for Cyclops, but if you put Cyclops in the game and he's a strategist or a duelist, I'm gonna freak out. Just put him as a tank. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that would be an amazing character to add for sure. But you know what is amazing, Tyler? Our
Hmm,
sponsors.
our
So we are
sponsors.
going to say a huge thank you to our sponsors of tonight's stream and all of IUP esports, starting with Fast Times, the IUP Co-op, Venice Pizza. Use code IUP esports for 10% off your pizza order. Who doesn't love pizza and gaming? It's the best two things to ever be created together. Questmark, America's #1 flooring contractor, and your favorite,
Dubby! I love me
Dubby.
some Dubby. I need some right
Yes.
now because I'm gonna crash before this even gets started. Now, Dubby would help me out with that. Use code Dubby for how much is it, Ethan?
It's code IUP
Code
Esports for
IUP
10%
Esports
off.
for 10% off. I love me some Dubby. I need to buy me some more. But what I need more of right now is some bans from IUP Hawks Black. Let's see what's going to get on the board. We're going to see, of course, your good old standard Gambit bans, followed by a Cloak and then an Invis save. You know, Invis is really strong right now, as much as I hate to say it. As an Angela player, please just get her out of the game. But, you know, that's just between me and you. Invis is super strong. They're going to have the Cloak and Dagger ban. And of course, Groot is going to be banned. Also, Groot, again, just another insane pick to have. We're going to see a Groot ban. I'm curious if IUP is going to try to match it or if they're going to go something different.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what IUP is going to come out here on. You know, this team has been a little bit of a roller coaster, but not in a bad way this year. There's been a lot of learning process, a lot of team building, and a lot of chemistry that's really had to come together. And they seem like over the past couple weeks they've kind of put it together. They see what their objective is. They know what they should do. Now it's just putting it out there and performing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited just because I know, like, I've worked with these guys, I've played with these guys, I know what they're capable of, I know what they can do, and I know that they can do great, especially tonight. We're gonna see the Loki save, but on the side of Matadors, we're gonna see a Mag ban and an Elsa Bloodstone ban. Now, the Mag ban I'm a little bit concerned about, just because I'm kind of curious on what they're gonna run. Are they gonna want to run? Oh, they're just gonna want to say, get the Mag out for them. Let's have the Mag for us. I wonder what that's gonna make IUP do. If they're gonna go with a Strange ban or a Hella ban, and of course it's gonna be the Hella ban. Not bad at all. But not having the Mag, I know Kay is a decently strong Mag,
Yes,
coming
she
from another
is.
Mag player. So I mean, it's very curious on what they're gonna want then. Are we gonna see Kay on the Deadpool? No, we're gonna see the Strange. Now we're gonna have Dread here on the Hulk. Dread is just an insane dive player. He can run it all. He can run BP, magic, or even just get a little bit of Hulk in there. You know, Hulk right now isn't, you know, he's alright. He ain't nothing to scoff at, but he also they're just, I feel like, stronger options right now. Just like Strange just exists. Strange can do whatever he wants because whether it be with the Invis team up or whether it not be with the Invis team up, it really doesn't matter. Now, of course, we're going to see Vito here. We're going to see them on the Namor. Not a bad pick, because guess what? IUP's got a hella Namor, and Metadors doesn't. So, realistically, was that Magban worth it? I don't know.
I don't know, but let's look at a key thing here. Vito is not on tank tonight. He has made the swap over to DPS, and we're going to see Dread on the Hulk to start off. I've seen this guy play Hulk for the past couple weeks now, and he's put a lot of time and effort really working on his craft, and it's ultimately helping his gameplay all around. He's being able to create off angles, jump in, get a few cooldowns, and then get out. He's being able to play the role to a high level, and that's all because of his teammates are giving him the opportunity to play this. So let's see if his teammates are able to allow him to take advantage of the weak backline that the Matadors have.
Now, there's something that I noticed on the Matador side here. They're going to be running the Rocket because they know they're not going to be running the Gene because they have the hella Namor. Now, is that going to be in IUP's favor? Who knows? Now, let's see what the Angela can do. Is it going to get a grab at all? Just going to, you know, just saying hello to the backline. Unfortunately, Namor goes down. Vito just gets picked off, but we're going to see a good grab by Angela, grabbing both the two tanks on point, but they're just going to be creating so much pressure. We're going to see Mag up here in the brawl. You know, we're going to see Hulk kind of backing up. We're going to have speeds go down, so that is going to be both DPS down. That's going to be 3.
And IUP needs to call full reset right here, right away. Need to call full reset. The issue was that Vito took that off angle without any support with him. You know, he tried to be aggressive, he tried to get a pick, and was not able to. He needs to be aware that that Psylocke is roaming. He probably didn't hear her, and she got poked down. And down goes Flanders for IUP, getting staggered.
This is not going to be good at all. IUP is down and down big. We're going to have Dread not in the Hulk form. He did get D-Hulk, so that's just a whole bunch of free space for Matadors. And, you know, they're going to be having around the 25%. Let's see how IUP can kind of get back with this. Maybe, you know, maybe it was just a little bit of first round jitters, a little bit of first fight jitters. Let's see what Vito can do. Let's see if we're going to have any follow-up on the side from a support. We are not going to get follow-up from a support, but at least we're going to be watching this main. We're going to see K just trying to take down main. Let's see what's going to happen here. Speed gets a pick. That's going to be one. That's a big pick. But in retaliation, Matadors is going to pop the rocket ult. So then down goes 1, down goes 2, down goes 3, down goes 4. IUP down, but they now have the support advantage.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough for IUP to start right now. A few swaps that they could make here is going over to something maybe a little more dive heavy to put more pressure on their backline. A Bucky here would be a good pick too, to help against the Angela. I mean, Thing wouldn't even be a bad pick. No, Thing would probably be a bad pick here because of the Phoenix, but there are some options on the table for IUP Black to swap to. But Speed's going down again.
Man, this is not looking good for IUP. Angela's just going to be sitting rent-free right in the back line. Not really, you know, applying pressure when they need to, but not getting picked out. We're going to see Vito here just trying to get back. It's a pick with the Namor. We're going to see K with the Strange ult. Gets a good bit, but they're going to force the invis. IUP up with the support ult advantage. IUP has to touch. IUP is going to be going into overtime here, but they need to walk forward is the big thing because they're stalling on point. Dread did his job, but the team isn't going to be able to walk. Let's see what they're going to have to use if they want to get on point. No one's going to touch it, and that is going to be OT done. IUP down first round against Matadors. Now, IUP's up in the support game, but I don't know, man. We're just not popping things. That's what it seems like. From what I heard, Matadors ain't afraid to pop nothing. Well, you know, Hawks Black here is struggling a little bit. You know, we popped the Strange ult, we popped the Namor. Not bad at all, but then we still have both support ults, while, you know, Rocket and Invis aren't even close. Now, when it comes to this first point, or the second point, I'm going to be kind of curious on how IUP takes it because they should know they are up in the support ults category right now. Are they going to use ults? Are they going to use support ult to walk forward, or are they going to try to get a pick out first and hopefully take it from there? Now, I'm very curious to see what they can do with that. If I were them, I'd be looking for an Angela ult maybe early to try to force something out so that way that gap is just a little bit closer.
And look, we have a little swap here. Vito going over to tank and K swapping over to the Namor.
Very interesting. interesting. I'm excited to see what Kay can do on the Namor, and I'm very excited to see what Vito can do on that Strange. Now, the big thing on this second map, this is going to be really, really good for Angela. Angela thrives right now, and IUP Hawks Black right now doesn't really have an Angela player to kind of deal with that. Now we're going to see a big grab. Let's see if it's going to be able to get anything. He's just going to get in, get out, use the cooldowns a little bit.
Soft dodge from Angela there.
Yeah, we're going to see
Popping the Hella ult is speeds, but gets two.
Gets two for the trade of one, but guess what? That's going to be 1-1 now. Oh, we're going to see Dread pop the Hulk ult. We're going to hear the Rocket ult come out, and we still have both support ults because we I wonder what's going to happen. There's the Angela ult. There's the Gene ult. They are just popping everything to make sure to get this first point, and IUP still holds on to support ults.
Yeah, you know, that's been a common theme for a while, is we need to be able to use our support ults to win fights. I know they're probably questioning who should go first, with things that need to be talked about pre-round, knowing that, hey, let's engage with the cloak ult. Hey, let's combo something up. You know, there's a lot of things that we can do that that IUP needs to make adjustments and ultimately fix.
Yeah, sorry about the little struggles here. Let's try to click in the right stick. There we go. We're going to get back to it here with the speeds. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Just trying to contest the fight, but it doesn't matter. We're going to have one go down for IUP. They are looking rough, man. It's looking rough. Let's be honest. That's going to be two down. Let's see if they can get three. Angela just kind of doing whatever is going to grab K. That is now three. They are just touching their spawn right now. This is very unfortunate for Hawks Black. We gotta use something and we gotta use it because IUP has held on to these support ults. Matadors has already used them. They used them twice. We're gonna see the Invis ult, and they're coming up with a second rocket. They're coming up with a third rocket ult before we even popped any of our support ults. This is not looking good. Now let's see what they can do with this push. We're gonna have speeds up here on the Bucky, trading out with K. K's gonna go to the Emma. Let's see what fights they can do. They are gonna rush in here with the cloak and dagger. Let's see if they can get out. They do, but Jeff gets taken down. Invis down. They're gonna pop the Invis, and now IUP is down on the support ults. That is so unfortunate. Vito here just trying to get anything, trying to get the Strange ult, doesn't get anything, and the Rocket ult comes out. There goes the Gene ult from Dread. That's only going to get one. We're going to be at the 93%, and I think that might be it here for IUP. Unless they can get the TP off. Realistically, I don't think it's going to go off. Overtime, getting into overtime, not bad at all, but the Angela just pushes him right back in the spawn, saying, get back in there. Dread gets a pick, but unfortunately, that is going to be it for IUP round one. Game one. Now, for IUP, there are clear adjustments that need to be made. We need to not be so lenient. We need to just throw these support ults out, man. Because, I mean, they got to hold it. They just got to hold it. Mag got to hold his ult. He didn't really have to do anything. His supports just took the initiative, took what they needed to, and we just didn't have the support ults to back it up. Now let's look at this little after game stat board. Let's see what's going on here. We're gonna see Magneto, also Mobcun, get 9 final hits, 8,000 damage, almost 9,000 with 20,000 damage blocked. Not too bad at all. Now when it comes to the IUP side, the SVP is gonna be speeds. He went 5 and 6, 5 final hits, and 8,000 damage. Now, even just looking at supports, Flanders and Jeff the Shark kind of fell behind a little bit when it came to damage and heals. But, you know, I feel like there were moments where they just kept dying, kept staggering, not only just as the supports, but everyone. They kind of just fell apart, if I'm going to be honest. But let's see what IUP can do on this next round. I'm very curious on how IUP is going to take this back, what the mental is going to be looking like. We're going to have... I wonder if we're going to have any little switch outs or switch ins here. Now, excuse me as we are trying to get that figured out. Now, again, there are definitely things that need to be changed here for IUP, for Hawks Black. Again, I feel like it's the support ults. We need to make sure that we are support ulting when we need to, not holding it and just letting things fly. I feel like that's something that even Hawks Crimson struggles with a little bit is just not being afraid to let certain things fly. Now, when it came to the Matadors, they did not have that problem whatsoever. Just popping things left and right, it did not matter. Things were getting done. Now, with that being the first map, being the random domination map, this next map selection is going to be loser picks. Now, when it comes to this loser picks, I'm very curious to see what IUP is going to pull out. Whether they're going to pull out the Yggdrasil, because Yggdrasil Convoy is a very strong map for IUP. Let me try to think on any other. Maybe even a Midtown game wouldn't be too bad, or Central Park. One to be those are all choices that are on the board here for IUP that are on their stronger side. Now, when it comes to that, though, I just hope to see some. I'm just really hoping to see some changes. I don't really know what more to talk about when it comes into that department. Maybe try to switch up comps too. I'm trying to think, maybe because the mag was banned. That's a really bad ban there for Hawks Black. But Metadors kind of just ran out with that Angela, and that Angela was just creating so much space by just existing. Didn't even really have to get a lot of kills there. Just their existence themselves, just being able to play wherever they wanted. Not getting grabbed by Invis, not getting grabbed by Bucky, not being grabbed by all these things. Coming in, getting out, doing exactly what Angela needs to do, just got so much value. So if we're going to be looking towards bans and target bans, maybe that's one that needs to be looked at. Because what do we have from Angela? We had 6,000 damage, 9,000 blocked, but the big kicker with the 9 final hits. Now, just being able to get in, get out, get those picks that were needed, and just surviving did a lot. Did a lot for Angela. Especially, you know what? Props to that Angela, man. Going in the back line, picking out the Strange and making sure that TP didn't happen was really good for Matadors. So if I'm going to be looking for things to ban, I'm going to be looking for that. I'm going to be looking for that Angela ban. But that's just me. That's just my thought process here casting. And you know what? I'm going to start thinking about more on what's new content's going to be coming out. When it comes to events, starting tomorrow, March 5th, we are going to get the Chrono Rush. Chrono Rush is going to be back for 2 weeks. Just play matches and rack up Chrono tokens with no cap. How many points can you earn? The more you play, the more you get. So, if you haven't finished the Battle Pass already, now is going to be your time. But if you have and you're looking just to build up some of your units, now is the perfect time too. Whether you play comp, whether you play quick play, whether you play arcade, it don't matter. You'll play, you'll win. That's really it. Now, I'm very, very excited for this next season. It's going to be very interesting, especially after this Deadpool Elsa season. Elsa's kind of just ran the game for a little bit, especially in that first half. Not even that second half. I mean, but whenever the hot patch came out, kind of fixed some of the problems. But Elsa is just still very, very strong. So I'm very curious on how these new characters are going to switch up the meta a little bit. Now, did we get anything coming in from them? Let us check it out. I don't think so, not yet. We can let's let be please already. Yeah, nothing yet about people being ready. I hope IUP, I hope Hawks Black is sounding good in there. Hello and welcome back. I'm going to be your host today, Volt, also known as Tyler. Now, if you weren't here for that little first half, Matadors did score over Hawks Black here for the first go. Now, when it comes to the second map, IUP is going to be able to make the switch, or make the map choice. But what we were talking about before is I was just talking about some of the new content that's coming around. We have a new Psylocke skin where it's once captive. Alrighty, give us 1 sec and then we'll come back and then we'll get the match just started out for you. Hello and welcome back to IUP Esports. You need to switch sides if you're on the host. If you're the host. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Sorry guys, we are having technical difficulties right now. There's been there we go. Is that what you wanted? Right? Sorry, Java. We had some technical difficulties going on over on this side. So it was just unfortunate. Now, with that swap, I hope that's what you guys wanted, right? Right. I just want to double check. My bad, guys. Hold on, let me just ask real quick. I'm just talking. I switched sides. Yeah, attack defend swap, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that message came through before or after whatever, so alrighty. Yeah, my bad. My bad chat. My bad yep. Hold on. Alrighty. So while that was being said, again, I apologize about that. I apologize for the little delay. Since the tech difficulties are kind of hitting, we are actually going to go no commentary there for a little bit, so I will keep the Rivals audio going. We'll have that. That'll be all set in stone. You guys aren't just going to be able to hear my beautiful voice, though. So that's going to be unfortunate. We're still going to be back here. Just thank you guys so much for, for one, tuning in. Thank you guys so much for just dealing with all the tech issues then too. Dude, tech sucks, it can just really blow. But hey, we are here now. It doesn't matter. We're all good. Things are set and we are going to be ready for round 2 here in a second. So unfortunately, I will be gone just trying to control things as we get started. So thank you guys so much and peace out.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. before you attack. Get ready. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Enemy in front of us. What are they like? These other worlds where I do not exist. Such newfound power.
You're mine.
A gift from Collegiate. An unseen assist. I purge the darkness.
Apparently you needed some help. Double KO! Did that hurt?
These aren't so dangerous, but fragile. I feel like myself again. Your sword. I am strengthened for battle. I purge the darkness.
Chin up! I am barely harmed. Force burst! No worries. This is
Good. I will unleash mighty havoc.
You're welcome.
Beware, enemies.
I'm extra lethal. Your god is suffering.
Chin up!
Lead them to consume.
I only wish I had done it myself. Mine!
Hey, Timmy! Enjoy the Softly on sight.
Disappear!
Reach the Vishanti's power. By the eye of Agamotto, an unseen assist.
They look like hands this life.
Don't mind me. An unseen assist.
Didn't like your tea.
Fear Magneto!
Double KO!
Attractions. Your attacks are futile. I feel like myself again.
Time to make them pay.
Bring on the chaos.
Friends, gather around! Only 60 seconds left.
Lead them to consume.
Help! Here they come now. The beacon has been disarmed. Wow, 4 in a row!
Not worth wasting magic on you.
Down to 30 seconds!
I'm opening a portal. A shortcut to space.
Enemies will be
Scratch my back. I am strengthened for battle.
Final 10 seconds!
By the eye of Agamotto. Good medicine.
That's much better.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Our enemies are near. By the eye of Agamotto.
The current score is 0 to 0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
You move with such stealth. You're in an excellent spot, partner.
Currently, I'm more interested in fighting against our common foes.
When this battle is won, grant me the honor of besting you in combat.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
This looks like a gig for